Greetings. Welcome to EDTV News Channel, the People's Channel. In this report, we'll talk about the reason why 6 men were shot and taken out on Waltham Park Road mass shooting, and it was a quick reprisal. Stay tuned for the full report. Blessings to all subscribers and viewers. If you're here for the first time, you can support the channel by like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. So people, 6 men were shot and taken out on Waltham Park Road on Monday evening, and it was a quick reprisal. Weeping in Waltham Park Road as gangsters clash, leave 6 drop out. Now, before we get into the report, people, listen to Prime Minister Andrew Holness, Police Commissioner Kevin Blake, and Minister of National Security Dr. Sleepy Horace Chow. Listen.
In this multiple victim violent incident, we are very disturbed by this, but I invite Jamaica and the press who are here with us to recall that a few weeks ago we had a press conference at the office of the Prime Minister to discuss what we saw as an emerging trend in violence and in particular homicides in Jamaica. This is as a result, we theorize, from our very effective approach in neutralizing, eradicating, and in many respects disbanding gangs in Jamaica. We have moved from over 300 documented gangs to now just under 180, and we continue to degrade and eradicate. So we take careful note of the change in the nature of homicides in Jamaica. And though it is not yet the majority of homicides, where the homicides are committed in what we are describing as multiple victim violent incidents, rather than the term mass murder, which we're seeing generally used, which connotes a different kind of act. We are still very much concerned that it is a growing profile in the homicides that are being committed. These homicides, these murders, are being committed essentially by gangs. Now, whilst the police have not definitively concluded in this specific instance that it is a gang-related matter, from what we are seeing so far, it is highly likely that it is a gang-related matter. The challenge, of course, is that the communities that are involved may not necessarily identify the players as being involved in a gang, because by and large, the community members would not be necessarily aware of the intricacies and details as to how these gangs operate. But one thing we can be certain of is that gangs have access to weapons. They acquire them, they stockpile them, and they distribute them. They exercise control over them, and they use them to exercise control over territory. They use them to conduct illegal activities such as extortion, trafficking, and other kinds of illegal activities. And ultimately, they use them to inflict harm, violence, and ultimately death in the pursuit of their gang activities. Whether it is reprisals, whether it is robbery, whether it is extortion, whether it is protection, they use armed violence to exercise control and influence over geographical areas. And they use them ultimately to spread fear. One thing that would have come out of this is an incredible fear in the communities that adjoin this area. it is a natural response for 5 persons to die within less than 15 minutes of each other, each incident occurring, and the nature of how it happened. This is a bar with an outdoor area for entertainment. Jamaicans all over, we gather, we sit around a domino table, we have fun. You know, this is how we socialize. And for someone or a group of persons to believe that it is, you know, okay to just walk up onto the street side and shoot innocent persons, from all intents and purposes so far, what the police have got.
I want to take the opportunity on behalf of the wider JCM to offer our condolences to the victims of the five victims of this senseless murder that took place last night. 2 incidents that we believe are related. This is another one of a number of unprecedented number of multiple victims, violent incident that we've seen across the country in recent times. And by way of update, I would like to just assure the public that we have been quite relentless. These types of incidents require a different and more strident response, and it has been receiving that type of response so far. Just to give a little update on where we are with those that have passed, and to assure the public at large that we will be assiduously pursuing these individuals who are responsible for these murders.
The ministry will do everything required to support the police in the efforts to apprehend these brutal criminals. The increased incidence of multiple victim events is of concern, and we'll be looking at the entire criminal justice system to see how we can strengthen it, deal with these kind of characters. Not only giving the police support, but to ensure that the criminal justice system has the legislative framework to deal with this kind of criminal terrorist that is emerging. Individuals here, as the Commission indicated, are humble, hard-working Jamaicans who are having a game of domino. Any of us could have been sitting here outside with them. It's an area that has had a period of relative quiet, and it reflects the brutal action of these individuals to attack these humble Jamaicans.
So now you hear, people, we'll get into the report. Fear and uncertainty currently grip communities in section of Waltham Park Road in St. Andrew, where 5 men were shot and taken out moments after the dropout of a young man on Monday evening. The first man taken out was identified as 25-year-old David Mardner. The identities of the other victims, except for Robert Henry, were not released up to press time. The reality of having 6 people drop out in their midst in less than 24 hours has shaken relatives of the deceased and residents who on Tuesday expressed anxiety about the future of their community, which is being plagued by gang violence. Responding to the multiple dropout, Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who along with Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Horace Sleepy Chang and Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake visited the community, issued a stern warning to the killers. The persons who committed this act, mark my words, you will be found and you will either meet a judge or meet your maker. Anyone who commits these acts, the police will target you, focus on you, we will bring our investigative capabilities to bear, and we will find you and you will face justice, he said. He also announced that the government has increased to 30 million from 25 million, a special pool of funds that will serve to reward people who come forward with information leading to the arrest of the perpetrators of the mass shooting. The news media was told that Mardner was shot and taken out about 7:30 p.m. at his shop at 75 Lane. His mother was puzzled as to why anyone would want to snuff out the life of her well-mannered, promising son, who was a budding musical artist. Amid her grief, she recounted for the Prime Minister the claim of events leading to the dropout of her son, who had spent 1 year at GC Foster College of Physical Education and Sports before dropping out to pursue a career in music. According to the mother, she heard when a male voice shouted, "Serve!" and her son went to the shop at the front of the yard. I heard when the door pulled and him come out. When he came out, I heard blow blow. I said to myself that it sounded like somebody got shot. I went to the window and said, "David, David," and he did not answer. I began to wonder if he was shot because it sounded like gunshot. I called my son's friend and told her to go over the shop and look if she saw him. She said, "Auntie, him laid down in a pool of running red water." I don't know what could have caused that. David was born here. If you walk from the main road to the bottom of the lane, I can guarantee you that nobody has anything bad to say about my son. He was a peacemaker, and I am not taking up for him because he is my son, said the mother, who revealed that in May this year, her husband was shot and taken out, and her first son was taken out last December. My husband got 5 shots. He was the security guard at Pembroke Hall Primary School. He spent 17 years at that school and 10 years at Tarrant High School. The police have been investigating his dropout, but up to now, it is a mystery dropout, she told the Prime Minister. She lamented the current state of her neighborhood, saying the community is going down with crime and violence. It may look like crime and violence is not going on, but things are going on. Things are going on between the top of Waltham and down here, but because I am old, they are not going to tell me about it. Meanwhile, an older brother of Henry, who was one of 5 men shot and taken out at a bar on Ayrshire Avenue, which is located less than 300 meters from 75 Lane, in what is believed to have been a reprisal for Marner's dropout, said none of the victims were involved in any conflict. He described the multiple dropout as senseless. My brother was drinking a special and the men just walk up. People said that the man was taken out earlier and that it was a reprisal, but they can't just come and see 5 innocent men and take them out. They must know who they are in war with. None of the men who were taken out are involved in war. My brother did labor work and he is the father of 1 daughter, the man told the news media. Holness offered his sympathy and condolences to the relatives of the deceased. He said the incident was clearly gang-related and sought to give assurance that the government is working hard to deal with gangs. Now, people, this was clearly a gang-related dropout. You know what I'm saying? And it was a quick reprisal. Now, people, all of the residents then, in the community know who the shooters them are. You know what I'm saying? So when Andrew Holness say, you know, him up the ante, meaning him take it from 25 million to 30 million for anybody who have any information on the shooting for come forward to get the 30 million. Nobody now gonna come take that. You know what I'm saying? The only thing Andrew Holness can do with that 30 million is to buy some cameras for people who have shops and stores in the area and give them. You know what I'm saying? But nobody now gonna come and take that 30 million. You see what I say, people, because it comes with a lot of things. Now, people, most people in the communities, them know each other. Whether them up top Waltham or down or bottom Waltham. You see me? Them know each other. And a lot of them have them families live there. Grandma, grandpa, niece, uncles, sons, all kind of families live there. So if you say a man go take that the $30 million there, you know what I'm saying, and lose him entire family, it not work that way there in the garrison. You get what I'm saying? So the money now go bribe them for them come forward people for take that. You know what I'm saying? No, and the residents them know people. Is when things get out of hand. You hear them come and attack about crime and violence in them era. Them know people. Say it a go on long time. It's just because, it kind of have 5 drop out one time plus the shopkeeper, man. You know what I'm saying? But them know what go on long time. 2 there, 1 there, 2 there, 1 there. Them know what go on people. Them know all of the shooters them in the communities. You get what I'm saying, people? Now, the next thing I want to say, people, is that it seems to me like the government cannot manage the crime and violence in Jamaica. You see what I'm saying? Now, me hear Andrew only say they would have about 360 gangs in Jamaica. And now it cut down to less than 180. Now, if you know that you have 180 gangs in Jamaica presently, why you don't destroy the gang? Because them always, I say, dismantling or degrading. You get what I'm saying? If you dismantle a gang, you don't get rid of them entirely. You have to destroy them. When you destroy something, you get rid of it once and for all. When you dismantle something like a car, you take out the engine, put it over there, so you take the doors and put over there, so you take the body, put over there, so you know what I'm saying? That's dismantle. You know what I'm saying? But when you destroy the gangs them, that means it destroy completely. You get what I'm saying, people? So when I say them have 180 gangs, active gangs in Jamaica, you know what I'm saying? So what am I wait upon to destroy these gangs completely once and for all? And when these things happen now, them come out in them numbers. The Prime Minister come out, the Commissioner come out, the Minister of National Security, Horace Chan, come out and walk the community. You get what I'm saying? Them can't manage it, people. I'm going to tell people over and over, curfew cannot, people, and will not deal with crime and violence in Jamaica. You have to dig out these gunmen out of them wall. You know what I'm saying? Because the next news we'll get on this update, people, is that curfew is now on Waltham Park Road and the surrounding communities. And as soon as it's cool off a little bit, people, and the police them gone, curfew end, then all of a sudden, the gunman them just come back in and start them foolishness all over again. Now, we can assure that there is going to be another reprisal after the dust settles. You get what I'm saying? So, people, the government and the Jamaica Constabulary Force, they cannot, people, manage the crime and violence that them have in front of them. You know what I'm saying? Them approach is so wrong and off. You get what I'm saying? You have to bud the tree from it young. So that means, people, when you have these amount of gang, 180 gang them say presently in Jamaica, that's way too much. You get what I'm saying? The only gang we see them work on, people, is the Klansman gang and the Uchense gang. And them don't destroy it because Klansman gang is still active. You get what I'm saying? We just sincere people, them kill another leader of the Klansman gang, Termite. And there's another leader for the Klansman gang presently. Not because them take out Tesha Miller and send him go to prison and Black Man Brian gone to prison. That means them destroy Klansman gang. No, the gangs are still active, people. You get what I'm saying? When you destroy something, it's completely gone. No more of it. You get what I'm saying? So my take on this, people, you know what I'm saying? We have to blame the citizens them of these communities. You get what I'm saying? And we also have to blame the government. You know what I'm saying? Because them approach is so wrong. Curfew cannot fight crime and violence in a Jamaica, period. You get what I'm saying? They cannot fight crime and violence with curfew because the gunman, them people, and the gangsters, them realize, say, oh, I saw them work it. So we know, say, we let down 5 of them now in the community, we'll take over ourselves. And curfew will drop. And as soon as the curfew gone, people, and the man them just coming back with another reprisal again. And the Prime Minister, the Minister of National Security, and the Police Commissioner make another walkthrough again, people. Showing up at crime scene in numbers cannot fight crime and violence in a Jamaica. You know, have got to dig them out. You get what I'm saying? Where are these men hiding? You know what I'm saying? You can't find them. You get what I'm saying, people? So, people, please leave in the comments and tell me what you think. One aim, one God, one destiny. Walk good, talk good, live good. Blessings.